Imagine being a multi-Oscar winning actor, a best-selling author, or a world-renowned scientist, but it all started with a crushing failure. This is the story of Walt Disney, the man behind the magic of Disneyland, but before he created Mickey Mouse, he was just a young artist trying to make a name for himself. Disney's early career began as an artist at a newspaper in Kansas City, where he was promptly fired for lacking creativity. The harsh words of his boss, Charles H. Mitchell, still echoed in his mind. He doesn't have an imaginative bone in his body. Thomas Edison, another household name, also faced rejection early on in his career. His teachers told him he was addled, a term used to describe someone who was considered a bit dim-witted. It's hard to imagine the man behind over 1,093 patents and numerous groundbreaking inventions being labeled as not quite right. But Edison's determination to prove his teachers wrong only grew stronger. He spent years experimenting and innovating, eventually developing the first practical incandescent light bulb. These failures didn't hold them back. Instead, they fueled their determination to succeed. In fact, Disney's firing from the newspaper turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Without that push, he might have never gone on to create some of his most iconic characters. Mickey Mouse, for example, was born out of a cartoon character called Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, which Disney created for his first employer. When he lost the rights to Oswald, he created Mickey Mouse, a character that would become synonymous with childhood wonder. Edison's perseverance paid off in a big way. His work on the light bulb led to the development of the first central power station, which paved the way for the widespread use of electricity. This innovation had a profound impact on society, transforming the way people lived and worked. Edison's contributions didn't stop there. He also developed the phonograph, the motion picture camera, and the alkaline battery. His tireless work ethic and refusal to accept failure inspired generations of inventors and innovators. Disney and Edison's stories serve as a reminder that failure is not the end, but rather a stepping stone to success. When we hear about their failures, it's easy to get caught up in the idea that they were somehow special or gifted. But the truth is, they were just like us, driven, determined, and willing to take risks. So the next time you face a setback or hear someone say you're not good enough, remember that Walt Disney and Thomas Edison were once in your shoes. In fact, their failures might have been what drove them to push the boundaries of what was thought possible. Disney's early struggles with animation led him to experiment with new techniques and technologies, eventually resulting in the creation of the first full-length animated feature film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Edison's work on the light bulb, meanwhile, sparked a series of innovations that transformed the way people lived and worked. As we continue to learn from Disney and Edison stories, it's worth asking ourselves what drives our own determination and perseverance. Is it a desire to prove others wrong, or a passion for creating something truly innovative? Whatever the reason, it's clear that failure and success are two sides of the same coin. Without failure, there's no success. Without success, there's no failure. The question is, what will you do with your own failures? Will you let them hold you back, or will you use them as a stepping stone to achieve greatness? The choices we make in the face of failure will ultimately determine our success. As Walt Disney once said, the difference between a dream and a goal is the determination to make it happen. So let's make a pact to learn from our failures, to push beyond our perceived limits, and to create something truly remarkable. The world needs more people like Disney and Edison, people who refuse to accept failure and instead use it as fuel for their success. As we continue to explore the stories of famous failures who later succeeded, we'll learn more about the people behind the legends and the lessons they can teach us about determination, perseverance, and the power of failure. You won't believe what J.K. Rowling, Stephen King, and Oprah Winfrey went through before achieving their dreams. Each of these incredible individuals faced rejection, humiliation, and doubt, but they refused to give up. They're living proof that resilience is a key ingredient in the recipe for success. Imagine receiving a rejection letter from a publisher 12 times for your novel. That's exactly what J.K. Rowling went through with Harry Potter. Despite the setbacks, she didn't let her dreams die. Instead, she continued to write, pouring her heart and soul into the story. Her determination paid off, and the rest, as they say, is history. But J.K. Rowling's story isn't an isolated incident. Stephen King's first novel, Carrie, was rejected 30 times. 30. That's a staggering number of rejections, but King didn't let it discourage him. He kept writing, and eventually, his hard work paid off. Carrie became a bestseller, launching King's illustrious career as a master of horror. Then there's Oprah Winfrey. She was fired from her first TV job and told she was unfit for television. Can you imagine receiving that kind of news? But Winfrey didn't let it break her. Instead, she used those setbacks as fuel for her next move. She went on to become one of the most influential women in media, inspiring millions of people around the world with her wisdom and compassion. These stories are a testament to the power of resilience. They show us that failure is not the end, but rather a stepping stone to success. When we face rejection, we have a choice: give up or keep pushing forward. The people we admire, the ones who achieve greatness, they're not exceptions to the rule, they're the rule. They're the ones who refuse to let their dreams die, even when the world told them they were crazy. You see, success is not just about talent or luck, it's about perseverance. It's about getting back up after you've been knocked down, dusting yourself off, and trying again. That's the secret to achieving your dreams, whether you're an author, an artist, or an entrepreneur. So, the next time you face rejection or failure, remember J.K. Rowling, Stephen King, and Oprah Winfrey. They're living proof that with determination and resilience, you can overcome even the toughest obstacles and achieve greatness. As we continue to explore the stories of famous failures who later succeeded, we'll see more examples of people who refuse to give up on their dreams. They're the ones who inspire us, who motivate us to keep pushing forward, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. Stay tuned for the next installment of this incredible journey, and remember, the power of resilience is within you. But what about the world's most successful entrepreneurs who faced their fair share of failures? You'd be surprised at the obstacles they've overcome to achieve greatness. Take Steve Jobs, for instance. He was fired from Apple, the company he co-founded, with just a $700 of his belongings as a parting gift. It was a devastating blow to his ego and his career. But Steve didn't let that setback define him. Instead, he used it as an opportunity to refocus and recharge. He poured his energy into Pixar Animation Studios, where he helped revolutionize the film industry. And then, in 1997, he returned to Apple with a vision for a portable music player that would change the game. The iPod was born, followed by the iPhone and iPad, cementing Apple's position as a technological powerhouse. Another entrepreneur who's turned failure into success is Richard Branson. His Virgin Airlines venture went bankrupt, but he didn't let that failure deter him. He used it as a chance to launch Virgin Galactic, a commercial spaceflight company that's pushing the boundaries of space exploration. Richard's story is a testament to the power of resilience and adaptability. He's proven time and time again that failure is not the end, but rather a stepping stone to greater success. These individuals didn't let their failures define them. Instead, they used them as opportunities to learn and grow. They're living proof that with the right mindset and determination, anyone can overcome obstacles and achieve their goals. So, the next time you face a failure, remember that it's not the end. It's just a stepping stone to success. The key is to stay focused, stay resilient, and keep pushing forward.